As you know, if you want to know what Islam teaches, you have to go deep. You have to dig deep down to the founder and what things he, aka Muhammad, and his companions said, right? So what were some of those things that were taught? We'll start with the Quran, because the Quran is the highest source of inspiration for the Sunni Muslim, which makes up 92% of the Muslim world. It is one of three sources of inspiration and the most important to a Muslim. Now the hadith are the sayings, the official Islamic sayings of Muhammad that they looked at and said, this is true, it's trusted. And the biography of Muhammad follows suit. It's simply a biography about the life of Muhammad written, I think, about 150, give or take, years later. So Quran chapter 2 verse 183 says this about fasting. O you who have believed, decreed upon you is fasting, as it was decreed upon those before you, that you may become righteous. So whoever amongst you is ill or on a journey during the fast, then an equal number of days are to be made up. And upon those who are able to fast, but with hardship, you can substitute for a ransom of feeding a poor person each day of your fast. Whoever volunteers excess, it is better for him, but to fast is the best for you, if you only knew, is what the Quran said.
كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون أياما معدودات فمن كان منكم مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر وعلى الذين يطيقونه فدية طعام مسكين فمن تطوع خيرا فهو خير له وأن تصوموا خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون.
It goes on to say the month of Ramadan is that in which was revealed the Quran, a guidance for the people and clear proofs of guidance and criterion. So whoever sights the new moon of the month, let him fast it. And whoever is ill or on a journey, then an equal number of other days. Because Allah intends for you ease and does not intend for you hardship. And He wants for you to complete the period and to glorify Him for that to which He has guided you. And perhaps you will be grateful. Perhaps you will be grateful. Okay, so now what about the hadith? What about the hadith, which is what we know, things that Muhammad actually said? So volume 4, book 54, number 497 of Bukhari says this, that when the month of Ramadan comes, the gates of paradise are opened and the gates of hell are closed and the devils are chained. Ibn Abbas narrated and told us that when the Prophet came to Medina, he found the Jews fasting on the day of Ashura, for example, or aka the 10th of Muharram is the month. They used to say, this is the greatest day on which Allah saved Moses and drowned the folk of Pharaoh. Moses observed the fast on this day as a sign of gratitude to Allah. Now this is what caught me and I thought was interesting. Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam, said as a response, I am closer to Moses than they. So he observed the fast on that day and he ordered the Muslims to fast it. The tribe of Quraysh, remember the tribe of Quraysh, who were they? They were pagans. They used to fast in the pre-Islamic period of Jahiliyyah or the ignorance days. The Prophet also used to fast on this day. So when he migrated to Medina, he fasted on it and ordered the Muslims to fast. When the fasting of Ramadan was enjoined, meaning when it became practiced, it became optional for the people to fast or not to fast on the day of Ashura. So that's the difference between the Sabian fast and ours, or the Muslim fast. The Muslim fast was compulsory. So how important is fasting? I mean, let's consider, why is Ramadan so important? Check this out. Now, and I think this may be perhaps why there's an increase of Islamic terror during Ramadan. This is not an accusation, it's just a matter of observation and a matter of fact, according to me. So Sahih Bukhari is a collection of those verified Islamic sources, and this is what he said, that Muhammad said. He who is amongst those who pray will be called from the gate of prayer in paradise, And he who is from the people of jihad will be called from the gate of jihad. And he who is from those who give in charity will be called from the gate of charity. And he who is amongst those who observe the fast will be called from the gate of fasting. Abu Bakr says to Muhammad, he who is called from all those gates will need nothing. Will anyone be called from all of those gates, O Prophet of Allah? And the Prophet of Allah said, yes, I hope you will be among those, O Abu Bakr. So we shouldn't be surprised at the openness of fasting, because fasting was already very well known and practiced amongst the pre-Islamic community in Arabia. And that was during the days of ignorance, or during the days of Jahiliyyah, according to the Muslim narrative. And we ought not to be surprised also, ladies and gentlemen, that when we see that jihad is on the same level as fighting and the same level as prayer on things that Muhammad said. So, but that's not the discussion right now. The discussion is, what is Ramadan? So we continue our journey without any rabbit trails, okay? It is said that the pagan Quraysh tribe had been accustomed to fasting during the Ashura day in times of ignorance before Islam. We know that. Therefore, Muhammad participated in those fasts to honor those sacred pagan days, most likely in an effort to win new converts over. So what does Aisha tell us? The tribe of Quraysh used to fast on the day of Ashura in the pre-Islamic period, and then Allah's apostle ordered Muslims to fast on it as well. So you mean to tell me that what we know of the Islamic Ramadan fast is actually taken by pagans who predate Muhammad? Yes. How do we know? We know because of a smart guy. His name was Ibn al-Nadim. He wrote a book, and this is how you spell it, A-L-F-A-H-R-I-S-T, al-Fahrist, and it was about various religious and spiritual sects in the Middle East. And in it, he talks about 30 days of honoring the moon god. They were from Haran, and the Harranians fasted for 30 days. Another historian known as Ibn Abi Zinad also speaks about the Harranians, saying that they fast for 30 days, look towards Yemen when they fast, and they pray 5 times a day. So we know that the Muslim narrative calls for prayer 5 times a day. Harranian fasting is also similar to that of Ramadan in Islam, in the fact that they fast from the sunrise to the sunset, just as the Muslims do in the days of Ramadan. Still, yet another historian, Ibn al-Juzi, describes the Harranian fast during the month. He said they conclude their fast by sacrificing animals and presenting alms to the poor. So it's incredible. If you're a Muslim, by the way, and you understood what I said and have experience, you know how alarming that might seem. But it's okay. It really is. So just have the courage and keep going on. So the incredible amounts of rituals which we have taken from the Sabians are found in the Quran. So much so, even the mythological roots concerning the pagan holiday at the end of the fast was the original Eid al-Fitr, another very popular name for the end of Ramadan holiday celebration. See, Muhammad was clearly committed to that Ashura fast. He tried hard to please those people, for example, the Quraysh tribe, who were following their pagan traditions, but he never succeeded in becoming a true ally. He wanted to be accepted, and no wonder why, right? He had kind of already accepted and followed their traditions, including declaring the 4 holy months as sacred, adopting a form of Hajj, calling upon the name of El-Ilah or Allah. Number 4, claiming that the Kaaba and the black stone is more sacred, by the way, another moon object of worship. So as we observe the Ashura fast, the Quraysh continued in their fast, and here you can see how the two new religions or new beliefs began to clash, right? So what happens? He turns his attention to the Jews and he tries to win them instead, but he didn't succeed because the Jews know their scriptures, they know their prophecies, they know their Torah, and they know who their Messiah ought to be, and this one does not look like him. So we know by Ibn Abbas that the Prophet came to Medina, he saw the Jews fasting on the day of Ashura, He asked them about it. They replied, this is a good day. On that day which Allah rescued Bani Israel, or the people of Israel, from their enemy. So Moses fasted on this day, and the Prophet said, we have more claim over Moses than you do. So there we know that the Prophet fasted on that day and then ordered the Muslims to fast as well. That's Sahih Bukhari, number 31, Hadith 222. So what I have shown to you today is me simply trying to express the reality of where the roots of Ramadan comes from. Now, I hope I haven't offended anyone. I hope that I haven't made anyone angry, but if I did, it's going to be okay, you're going to be okay. And for those Muslims who are in that gray area, what I call the crisis period, I promise you, if you stay courageous, stay strong, you will get through this. You just have to have the guts to keep walking, and you don't know when, where it's all going. So your main obligation is to not get bitter or angry and just stay strong, okay? Until next week, I want to continue to stay in touch with you guys. If you're seeing this video somewhere else besides my website, go back there, click subscribe, and let's actually continue and have a conversation, okay?